Money is the mechanism that keeps this world spinning from an economic perspective. Everybody wants more of it, many don't have enough of it, and a select few know how to bring it in and how to make it work for them. So what I want to do in this video today is tell you exactly what money feels when you affirm for it, or when you do some kind of manifestation around it. And the idea behind this video is to help you understand what exactly you are emitting and how you can adjust it to ensure that you are someone that has money chasing you as opposed to you chasing it. So if you need more money in your life, as we all pretty much could, stick out to the end of this one because it will be very helpful. But before we do get into that, if you need my one-to-one help regarding your situation, maybe you just want me looking in at the process, the situation, or anything at all, down below in the comment section and the description are the links to my website where you can find the one-to-one services that I offer. Also on that website are products such as self-study worksheets, memberships that offer tons of exclusive content, free products, discounts, calls with me, and so much more. And most excitedly, the full Manifest Your Specific Person Back course, which is 5 hours, I think, and 33 lessons long. So if you need my help, down on that website is absolutely something that is going to get you to where you want to be. So do yourself a favor and check it out. But now, without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, these topics of this is what X feels when you affirm for it are very popular for obvious reasons. It's nice to know that what we're doing is having an effect and the kind of effect that it's having. But those videos are typically related to specific person or specific people, which is much easier to get your head around because specific people think and feel. So if you're emitting something, that's what they'd be thinking or that's what they'd be feeling. But money, on the other hand, doesn't have consciousness. Or does it? Now, this will depend on who you ask. There are some manifestation models that say that money does in fact have consciousness, and therefore it does, maybe not in the same way as us, but it does have a way of thinking and feeling. And there are other sides of the group that say that money is just part of your consciousness, and the way it responds is based on what you're feeding your subconscious mind. Now, while I personally fit more with the latter, I don't think that money in and of itself thinks and feels. I do enjoy making use of principles of the former in the sense of money does think and feel. What I mean by this is, say for example, I was to sit and moan about money. Money is the root of all evil. Every time I get it, I have to spend it. I'm killing myself trying to get it, and so on. I like to think of it as though money is hearing that and then going, well, I don't want to go with him. He doesn't appreciate me. I like to see it kind of as though it does. But when it comes to money, as far as I am aware, as far as my understanding goes, the way in which money picks up on what you think and feel isn't so much the money itself, it's the necessary people that could bring you that money. I've always stood by the notion that, and most manifestation coaches do, that the subconscious mind builds the bridge of incidence to get you from point A to point B. Within that bridge of incidence are the necessary people that need to be moved to get you to where you want to be from where you are. Now, when it comes to money, let's just say, for example, I am affirming I earn £10,000 per month. In the model that money has consciousness, I'm affirming I have £10,000 per month. So if that's true, money is hearing that and therefore making its way to me in one form or another. But like I said, I like to use that more as a fun way of looking about it as opposed to what I truly believe. But using my model, if I affirm I earn £10,000 per month, my subconscious mind is taking that in. And as I've referenced before, like spiritual Wi-Fi, connecting me to everything and everyone else, selects a story of having £10,000 per month. And therefore, people that need to move in order to make that a reality will pick up on that story. So, for example, I'm affirming I have £10,000 per month. Just for the purposes of this example, the current subscriber base that I have, aren't interested in coming to me for coaching because they're crazy. So therefore, my subconscious mind, in the way in which it does, maybe gets my video placed out on more people's YouTube home feed, more new people come to me, think I offer amazing value, and then come to me, equating to me making £10,000 per month. Now, while the money itself wasn't thinking and feeling anything, the necessary people that could bring me that money were being moved in any which way to make it happen. Some were having their YouTube feed filled with my videos. Other people maybe had random circumstances that appeared out of nowhere and therefore needed some help. They chose me, and so on. The people are what were being moved. The people are thinking, you know what? I need manifestation help. Matthew knows what he's talking about. I'll go to him, thus bringing me that money. Or other people thought, you know what? I've been umming and ahhing about whether or not to go to a coach for long enough. Now I'm going to decide to, and then they come to me. The money itself isn't picking up on my thoughts and feelings. The people that could bring me that money are. Let's say that I don't go with the narrative of earning money and I just say I have £10,000 in my bank account. Again, similar instance. Feed it to my subconscious mind. Subconscious mind connects me to everything and everyone else that needs to be moved to make it happen. So this could be an old family member reaching out and saying that they've missed my last 18 birthdays. Here's money to make up for it. It could be an explosion in my client base. It could be a sponsorship deal. It could be a competition or a scratch card win or a lottery win, or even finding it on the floor. But what happens in all of these instances isn't that the money itself is being affected by my thoughts and feelings. The money, the people that are necessary to bringing me said money are random. Auntie goes, oh, you know what? I miss birthdays. Sends the money. People need coaching. Sends the money. In this instance, I have the impulse to go to the shop, get a scratch card, wins money. The money is just energy being transferred from them to me, but it's them making the decision through the thoughts that I've implanted, through the feelings that I have implanted. And because of this instance, you actually can make specific people provide you money should you so wish to do so. So while I do think it's a very fun way to look at it in a sense of money is its own thing and it is hearing if I moan about it or if I praise it and things like that, and therefore I recommend you do. I don't recommend under any circumstance you complain about your lack of money or say that money is the root of all evil or it doesn't grow on trees and all of these things. And I absolutely advocate the fact that you do praise money. Don't become dependent on it, but praise it. I love what this money can allow me to do. I love how comfortable I feel when I've got a wallet full of money. I love the fact that I can treat my partner to whatever wine they want. I love the fact that I can do this or that or this because money allows me to do so. Praise it. Now, the reason we're praising it is, of course, because we're creating our own internalized stories of abundance around money. But it's still fun to think that money is sat there in the corner going, he likes me. Jesus Christ. Because why not? If it makes it fun, if it helps it get it into your head, do so. But what is truly happening is you're feeding your subconscious mind the story of money is abundant, and therefore your neighbor, the mail person, that lottery ticket, your aunt, the clients, whoever is necessary to make it happen in the path of least resistance, pick up on that through thoughts and feelings and make the necessary moves to bring you money. Just the same way as if you're affirming for a relationship, the necessary person or people, depending on your goal, pick up on those thoughts and feelings regarding that relationship. And therefore, they make their way to you, just like the clients or customers or whatever brings that money to you because you've shown your mind it is your experience, and therefore it is your experience. Now, one thing I do want to add, and this isn't really necessary to the idea of what money feels when you affirm, but I think it's a very key point around money, and I want to make it known here. Money is not the end goal. Money allows for you to do things, but the thing itself is the end goal. Now, the reason why I state this is because in my life, and in a few instances that I've seen with other people, when it comes to money, is just because you have said money doesn't mean you're able to do said thing that you want to with said money. There have been a couple of occasions in my life when I've affirmed, when I've affirmed for money, money's come and I thought, great, I can get that. And then something happens, like my car breaks down, or I have a random bill that I have to pay, or something like that. And therefore, while I've got that money and it's amazing, and if I didn't have that money, maybe I would have struggled with that thing I had to do, I've had to use that money on that thing. And therefore, I didn't actually get the thing that I wanted the money for. Very similar to when people say, he texts me, but the text doesn't go anywhere because the text itself isn't the end result, just like money itself isn't the end result. So if you're wanting more money so you can pay your bills, I honestly just recommend focusing on the end result of having paid your bills and having more money to spare. If it's to buy a family home, that's the focus, not the money to do so. If it's to go on holiday, focus on being on holiday, not the money to get you there. Because while you can manifest money, and if you really want to, you're well within your right, manifesting money does not mean that you will definitely get the thing, because other things may creep in. Whereas if you focus on that holiday, you could get the money for it. You could win a competition taking you on it. You could have a friend or family member take you on it. You could have a new partner wanting to go on it. You could go to it through work. There are plenty of ways that it could come about. So therefore, you may as well do yourself a favor, skip the potential of not being able to go because of using that money on something else, and show your mind that you're there, therefore getting you there. If that comes as an increase of money, great, so be it. But if it comes in other means, at least you still get to go or do that thing. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is my view on what money thinks and feels while you affirm for it. While I do genuinely wish it was kind of like some little goblin that sits in the corner and gets excited when you praise it and gets disappointed when you don't, I just simply don't believe that to be the case. I don't believe that money has its own consciousness. I believe that money is physical energy that is transferred from an individual to another individual based on whether unwritten or written contract of, I give you this, so you give me that. It's an exchange as opposed to consciousness. But if you enjoy the idea of it being a little goblin that likes to hear praise, by all means do so. When I notice myself moaning about money, which doesn't really happen anymore, but every now and then you have that little moment, I like to think of it like that. Like it is just sitting there listening to me and they're going, oh. And then I go, no, I don't want to make a little goblin sad. Let me praise it. Thank you, money, for allowing me to do this and this and this and this and this. Build up the abundance. Keep your little goblin Tamagotchi happy. You'll be all good. But thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, by all means, let me know with a like and a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. And of course, if you need one-to-one help, whether that's from me directly, my worksheets, the I Manifest For You service, the course, the calls, or anything at all, down below in that comment section and the description are the links to my website where you would be greatly benefited by what I have to offer. But thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.